Welcome back to Extreme Coastal Championship Wrestling. We've got Ricky Noble set to take on Kenny V, otherwise known as Ken Varner, and Lance Starr joining me at ringside. Good to see you, my friend.
Danny, it's always good to see you. Good to be with you here at the announce booth. Getting one of my first looks in a long time at Kenny V. Not seen him for a while, but looks like he's still looking in very good shape. And Ricky Noble always looking in good shape.
No doubt about it. Abel Adams on the outside. Well, I'll tell you the truth. One thing I was talking about a little bit earlier here with ECCW, it seems like the battle lines are there's no line there. Everybody's at everybody, and I think the Premier Gold is why it's causing all the chaos.
Well, Danny, I tell you what, I think one of the things that's causing all the problems right here right now is because ECCW is right now one of the premier up-and-coming federations in wrestling today, and everybody's jockeying for position to get that top spot, ECCW heavyweight champion.
Exactly right, and that current heavyweight champion is Jeff Victory, and according to your statements a while ago, Bill Mudd and Victory will get it on in a cage match.
Well, that's right, Danny. Next month, somewhere here in Lenoir, possibly here at the National Armory, we're looking at venues right now, is to have a cage match, pitting Jeff Victory against Big Bill Mudd. There's been some heat going there between these two individuals for a long time. That's going to come to a head next month.
Ricky Noble with a standing drop kick on the Kenny V. And down goes Kenny V, Kenny Varner. He's going to have to head outside for a break, and we're going to go outside. Abel Adams stopped Ricky Noble in his tracks. On the outside, they're going at it real heavy. I'll tell you, that's another thing about ECCW. It is indeed extreme from the word go.
Well, you're right about that, Danny. And things like Abel Adams just did, that's things I'm going to try to stop as commissioner. I'm going to try to put a stop to some of this mess and put it back man on man the way it should be.
And that's the way it ought to be. In fact, Abel Adams in recent months has been sidelined with a knee injury. And as a result, he's been very busy at ringside. I noticed that he's got a entourage of ladies surrounding him here at ringside throughout the whole night. I mean, this man, is he turning into a wrestler slash manager, somewhat of a pimp, or what?
Well, Danny, from the way it looks like, looks like that could very well be the case. But you know as well, Abel Adams is no stranger to women, to titles, to success in pro wrestling. He's been in several different federations and always been held the top goal wherever he's been.
I guess he's just gotten used to the lifestyle of, what that success brings. The money, the women, fancy cars, fancy clothes, the marquee matches, being on top in the thick of it all. The price to pay for success. And take a look, Abel Adams holding Noble, and Kenny just nailed Abel Adams. That didn't go right, I'll tell you that.
It makes twice in this match, Danny Paris, that the shenanigans have turned back around them and turned back on their part. I tell you what, I love seeing this right here, Danny. I'm sorry I'm having to be a little bit partial, but I tell you what, I love seeing people like Abel Adams get what's coming to them.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. I mean, to be quite honest with you, I'm just stunned at how this man acts. I mean, in the past, one of the most popular, friendliest men around, and now tonight he's acting like a complete nut. I mean, I don't know. And Kenny Varner with a side suplex off the ropes with an elbow smash.
Well, Abel Adams ever since he took over and bought 51% of ECCW, he thinks he can come here and rule the roost. Well, Danny, I tell you what we're going to try to do as commissioner is get some of this mess stopped. And put Abel and everyone else, and I'm talking about the Johnny Loves, I'm talking about everyone that thinks going to come out here and take over. And we're going to bring wrestling back to the fans for a fan's perspective of this thing.
Oh, that's great. You know, I mean, you got to get a lot of these things going the way they're supposed to be going. And Johnny Love, I really don't know what you can do about him. I mean, to be quite honest with you, wherever he goes, trouble seems to follow. And this man has a wealth of money and can bring in an army of people to fight you every step of the way.
Well, you're right, Danny. He's got a lot of money to buy his hired thugs, just like Abel Adams does right here now. But I tell you what, it's men like Ricky Noble and Bill Mudd who's going to take this company straight to the top. And we're going to get some things done, Danny. You've got to have the backbone of these people to try to turn the tide of the battle. I mean, you've got to have people that are willing to try to shift the balance and power. And Varner sends Noble for the ride, a knee into the midsection. You know, that's going to slow the momentum down to Ricky Noble right now. It's going to take away some air, take away some wind. He's going to suck down to get some wind back in him. But I tell you, Kenny Varner's got a game plan. But right now, it looks like what we've seen is Abel Adams is putting a hold of that game plan. Exactly right. And one thing we want to quickly bring up is in the main event, real quick, like Kid Cash and Chris Hamrick will be colliding with a tag team of Scotty Wren, and I can't recall his partner at the time. But either way you go, it's just the people that these guys, ECCW, I mean, it's bringing in the ECW stars, these people from all over. Terry Austin will be the partner, in fact, on the opposing side, teaming with Scotty Wren. I mean, it's everybody wants to come into this area. Well, Danny, you're right. You've got people from the National Wrestling Alliance, got people from Extreme Championship Wrestling who know the ECCW is, like I said, the hotbed, and it's where up-and-coming stars can come to hone the craft, and they can get some things done right here. Nobody home on a crossbody. What was Kenny V thinking? Yeah, actually, I was commenting earlier, Laz from NWA Wildside. I mean, you've got everybody. It's a melting pot. From time to time, you see people from American Pro Wrestling. Ricky Noble, he competes all over the area. Generation Rednecks have been known to travel throughout the whole Southeast. Dennis Price not having a good night. That's his second night going crashing down. And earlier tonight, Bill Mudd just beat the daylights out of him. And I don't know what will in fact happen due to the fact that Mudd assaulted Dennis Price so bad. Well, actually, it wasn't Dennis Price. It was Ray Austin. It was Ray Austin. I apologize. It looks to me like Jeff Victory has got to Ray Austin with a little bit of dirty money, and perhaps got the tide of that battle turn his way. And right now, the championship committee and myself, when I get back to the office tomorrow, we're going to look at this situation and see what kind of fines will be levied. I'm not condoning what Bill Mudd did, attacking the referee, but then again, I'm not saying he was wrong either, Danny. Well, I'll be honest with you. I mean, I thought it was Dennis, and I apologize to Dennis Price. Ray Austin evidently not calling things down the middle. I mean, and Abel Adams on the apron. Once again, that punch went awry, and Ricky Noble takes it to Kenny V going up. Bulldog! Like Ricky Noble is going to be the winner right here, Danny Parrish. Your winner, Ricky Noble. And Abel Adams needs to get on out of the ring. Varner and Adams exchanging shoves. Double lariat.
tangled up in the rope. Abel Adams is getting ready to get a dose of bad medicine. Adams is in no condition to be fighting, as his knees are in very bad shape. He just underwent knee surgery. And Noble and Adams going toe-to-toe. Ricky Noble captures the win. We'll be back with more ECCW action. Chris Hamrick wanting to take on both of these guys at the same time. The music rains out. The tremendously popular Kid Cash.
Well, Danny, I'd seen him here earlier signing autographs. I didn't know he was supposed to be on the card tonight, but it looks like he's going to be the partner for this tag match here.
Well, you know, Hamrick and I go back a long, long ways for the better part of 10 years. And actually, Hamrick let the cat out of the bag to me earlier. This ought to be a high-flying encounter. Terry Knight, formerly known as Terry Austin. Scotty Wren, this man wrestling Matt Harris. I don't know if you've ever been around this man before. He is low as you could possibly go.
Well, Danny, I tell you what, I was listening a while ago to this Matt Harris, and he just fits right into the mold of Abel Adams, and fits into the mold of Johnny Love, and we're just not going to tolerate that here in ECCW, Danny. If he wants to be a manager, that's fine. I have no problem with that. But he starts interjecting himself in the match, then when the commissioner is going to take his job, get in line, take it seriously, and get some stuff done, Danny.
I'll be quite honest with you. The man has been around. He's finally got settled down in a new area, and in this match here, I know that Hamrick and Kid Cash and Scotty Wren and Terry Knight, none of these men will keep this match at a slow pace. Lightning fast, high-flying, aerial action like you've never seen. Hamrick with a drop kick, and I'm afraid that's just the beginning.
And Danny, I also followed Chris Hamrick. Oh, beautiful super kick by Chris Hamrick on both Terry Knight and the rotund Matt Harris outside ringside. I followed Chris Hamrick's career also from when he started, and I've seen him wrestle throughout the years. He just gets better and better. With Kid Cash going to top. Oh, beautiful move by Kid Cash.
He wiped both of these guys out.
Say one thing about these guys from Extreme Championship Wrestling, they put their bodies on the line. I mean, more so than anybody I've ever seen in my life, Danny. I tell you what, they're out for one thing, out for a win. This tag team goes to the top tag team in any Federation day.
No doubt about it. And I'll tell you one thing. Scotty Wren is not exactly a slouch when it comes to flying around the ring. Terry Knight, a technical wrestler, but can do a lot of flying, if you will, too. Hamrick almost got in trouble there. Dove in the air and sat down on him, knocking him down to the mat. Knight ducking series of offensive outbursts from Hamrick, and Hamrick with a reverse atomic drop. Hamrick with a cross body press.
I tell you what, this match proves to be one of the highest paced matches of the night. And we talk about the Jeff Victories, we talk about the Bill Mudds, we talk about the Ricky Nobles, but right here is four men who have been at the top of their professions, and they're in some of the top elite wrestling organizations today, and they're here in ECCW to make a name for himself here, Danny.
No doubt about it, and I'll tell you what, Chris Hamrick, for the practically, you know, he's traveled into Virginia in the past, Georgia, various parts of Ohio, West Virginia, but mainly for before going to ECW, was a mainstay in the Carolinas, and it's great on behalf of Kid Cash for the sunset flip. What I was going to see, it's great to see two of these guys make it big and come back home for one night.
That's right, Danny. I tell you what, it just goes to show you that you can follow the American dream, and all wrestlers have got a dream of making it big to one of the big three. Federation, now ECW being the third of the big three, and these guys have made it, but they still come back to the roots. Man, I tell you what, I've got respect for all four of these men for that.
Show sometimes when you leave home, you got to come back every now and then.
You're right about that, Danny. And here we have Scotty Wren and Kid Cash. I tell you, Kid Cash is giving away probably 100 pounds of weight, but I tell you what, he's taking it to Scotty Wren tonight.
Take a look at the technical things these guys do in the ring. Not only do they fly around the ring like they have wings almost, but I mean, they can go down onto the mat and exchange a wealth of maneuvers, and I mean, it's just almost indescribable at the pace these two guys, all four of these combatants go at.
You're right, Danny. All four of these men say they're at the top of their federation, and you don't get there by being slouch, Danny. You don't get there by coming out and jobbing out there by all the time. These guys have got this stuff going on tonight.
And Scotty Wren sends Kid Cash into the mat with a lariat. I mean, he all over him. I mean, he can't expect to meet Wren head-on with power tonight.
I'll tell you what, Scotty Wren's a big man. He makes tag here Terry Knight, formerly Terry Austin. He makes tag here, and Terry come off with a awesome forearm to the head of Kid Cash.
You can never tell what Terry Knight's going to do. I mean, he's been known to keep it on the mat. Has a great array of maneuvers. But also, like I said, if he has to get up, get high flying, he can. Cash with a drop kick out of the corner. A moonsault. Count of two.
Isn't that amazing, Danny? They go right into a pinning combination from a high flying move like that. Here's a tag now to Chris Hamrick.
Hamrick coming in and working over Terry Knight. A pair of kicks into the midsection, and Knight rocking. Sent for the ride. High leapfrog, a second one. Hamrick with his butt as a weapon.
See what he uses his body as a weapon in that ring. And I'll tell you what, they're here to get the job done, Danny. And I'll tell you what, Championship Committee and myself have to look at both these teams for an upcoming shot at the now vacant ECCW Tag Team titles. We're going to probably be having a tournament to declare new champions. And I'll tell you what, these four men, any combination of these four men, to walk away with the Tag Team titles.
That is, if Cash and Hamrick's schedule permits them to come back around in this area in the future. And I got a feeling that maybe they'll be back from time to time.
Oh, you're right here, Danny. We've seen tonight. We've seen the last tonight. We've seen also another one like you saw from NWA Georgia. And I tell you what, we would love to have all these stars come back to wrestle on a Christmas show and future shows we're going to have. The ECCW talent roster is going, oh my goodness. Sorry, I have to interrupt my own self there, Danny, but I tell you, Scotty Wren just drove Chris Hamrick right in their mat.
He dropped him, and it seemed like he went down face first, like a pancake. And Hamrick, nobody home. Hamrick flew out through those ropes and went into the ringside area.
I tell you, Danny, he went right through the first and second rope. I just hope he's not injured himself badly, but I'll tell you what, Scotty Wren's going to make sure he does injure himself here.
Scotty Wren all over Hamrick on the outside. Going to throw his man back into the ring. Very difficult to keep up with these four men.
Tell you what, Danny, this has been all that I thought it'd be and more. You got four top stars in wrestling. Look here, Scotty Wren, a big man like he is, also, like you said a while ago, a high flyer in his own right.
Springboard leg drop. I'll tell you, this young man, he's a big guy. He gets around real good, and I tell you, he's been known to fly around.
Tell you what, Danny, we've seen things here tonight that really, quite frankly, never thought we'd see. I, for one, am glad to be the new commissioner here at ECCW, and always, of course, glad to have you here with us, Danny.
Hey, it's great to be back here. I mean, you know, in the past, Lenoir has been a host to Dan Parrish many, many times, and now defunct North American Wrestling Alliance. Thinking today, there was nothing to do on a cold, rainy day as today. I want to go check out this ECCW. And hell, I'm glad I did. Look at the talent we've seen up here. And Terry Knight goes down from a power bomb. Hamrick misses a moonsault. Nobody there. Knight with a knee into the back.
Hey, Danny Parrish, we said about the crowd here in Lenoir. Lenoir is one thing, Danny Parrish. Lenoir is a wrestling town. I'm talking about back at the days in the mid-'80s when the old NWA used to come up here and run shows on a bi-monthly basis. Lenoir, baby, has been a wrestling town and continues to be a wrestling town. We've got about 150 fans here tonight who come out to see this show, and they've seen some of the top talent in wrestling today.
In the early 90s, the Fantasy Pro Wrestling Federation, Chris Hamrick, and a lot of people cut their teeth there in that group. And then later on, the North American Wrestling Alliance for several years. Now ECCW. A lot of these groups have come and gone, but ECCW is taking over the backyard, so to speak.
Well, that's right, Danny Parrish. It's like this. It's like this. If you're scared of the big dogs, stay on the porch, man. It's like it is. All these other federations have been good in their day. They've come and gone. I've wrestled and worked for some of them in the past, but they've come and gone. The ECCW, baby, looks like it's here to stay, Danny.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Wait a minute. Scotty Wren going up top. Nobody home on the senton bomb. Hamrick needs a tag to Kid Cash. And it connects.
But the referee didn't see it, Danny. The referee's not going to call it. That's one thing we pride ourselves on as these officials. They call what they see, Danny.
Dennis Price, the official in this match, not allowing the tag, and the people are going nuts. We got a small package here. That's at least a 5 count or better. Count of 2, and he gets out. Knight nails Hamrick.
Tell you what, they've gone here probably a good 10 minutes, Danny, and you can tell it's taking their toll on them. They're wearing out. But I tell you what, they've got a long way to go. This 60-minute time limit match. Oh goodness, he throws him into the corner with authority, Danny.
Hamrick collapses from the impact of that Irish whip. And that just goes to show that Terry Knight, when he sent him into the turnbuckle, he sent him in with a lot of force and a lot of impact. And when he hit that turnbuckle, it just knocked a lot out of him. Matt Harris on the outside looks like he's trying to interfere.
Danny, that's the kind of thing. Oh my God, you hear the right hand by Terry Knight. That's the kind of things that we're going to try to stop here in ECCW.
Well, I'll tell you what. In Extreme Coastal Championship Wrestling, it seems like there are no friends, there are no allies. This is the war zone where the premier come and everything else, past relationships, friendships, go out the window for the best of the competition, and that's why it is indeed extreme.
You're exactly right about that, Danny. Beautiful high. He threw Chris Hamrick completely up in the lights, Danny. With a double backdrop, threw him completely in the lights. Here's Scotty Wren going to put the weight on him right now and make him carry his weight as well. That's going to wear the man down a lot.
Scotty Wren getting his fingers in his eyes. And Kid Cash just itching for a tag. Terry Knight tags in. They're going to try to make a wish with Hamrick.
Tell you, Danny, this is going to mess up his night. I'll tell you right now. This is going to mess up Chris Hamrick's night. Oh, blatant to the midsection area, Danny.
Yeah, in fact, he caught him in the back of the legs, but you could tell that he could have been aiming for lower than that.
Oh, definitely right, and that's gonna take a little bit of wind here out of Chris Hamrick. But he's trying to get the crowd behind him again. I tell you what, you get that crowd behind you, there's something about the crowd. You get your adrenaline pumping, and you can do things you didn't think you could do. You go back there for that second burst of air, Danny Parrish.
Exactly right. You get the crowd solidly behind you, and you get a burst of adrenaline. And Hamrick hits that turnbuckle, and it knocks a lot out of him right there, a lot out of him.
Tell you what, if Chris Hamrick and Kid Cash expect to win this match, something's got to happen right here pretty soon, Danny, or it's going to be all over.
Gut-wrench suplex, he's got him up and drops him down. He's going to cover him for a lateral press, and Cash comes in to make the save. He knows he had to come in and stop that.
Well, Danny, both these teams expect to get to the pay win tonight, and to do that, something's going to happen pretty soon for both teams.
Lariat turns Hamrick inside out. Hamrick cutting a reverse 360-degree flip. That shows the impact and the power of Scotty Wren.
That goes to show you that Scotty Wren's a big man, a big tough individual. Kid Cash makes the tag, comes in, clean the house with both men.
Cash with a DDT, spinning and flying. The official wants Cash out of the ring. I think that's not going to happen. Scotty Wren's been burst open, bleeding.
See what Scotty Wren looking the worse for wear. They run both individuals into each other, Scotty Wren, Terry Knight. And Matt Harris gets his. I love that.
Matt Harris bounces off the apron like a basketball. And we're going to go to the air in a minute. A double dive on the outside.
Here's the fans chanting ECW, ECW. I'll tell you what, that's what these individuals are about, Danny Parrish. Extreme.
Throws Wren into the crowd. Brawling over on the other side of the armory. And it looks like we may be losing control here. Maybe Cash pursuing Wren. Cash just hit Wren in the head with something. The official verdict in that match, a double disqualification. Kid Cash and Chris Hamrick home again. What a great night for ECCW.
Danny Parrish, tell you what, we've seen things happen here. We've seen it break down in the main event. Let's go show you anything happen to ECCW, and Danny, it usually does.
Indeed it does. Bill Mudd comes out. to greet Hamrick and Cash.
Okay, Danny, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to see who these crowds are behind, buddy.
Hamrick, Bud, and Cash. All right, fans, for Lance Starr, this is Dan Paris saying until next time, join us for Extreme Coastal Championship Wrestling. Hamrick and company wanting to celebrate in the ring. And what a fantastic night this has been. Fans, so long for now.